Our fans demand a high quality program. Now come on, it'll be like friends and neighbors having a nice homey little chat. Come on now, you'll see. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, hey girl.
Hey girl. Inimitable Jack A.
That was your idea. Jake watched I don't know how many 227 episodes to get sound clips of Jack A. Thanks, Jake.
That's called timing.
Home run.
That's what I need you to jump in there.
Home run. That is the man behind the curtain. That is the man behind the man.
That was 227 was just dinner watching for my family.
Mine too.
Yeah, we didn't want to communicate, but so we had TV on.
Yeah.
Did you have TV on when you were like young eating dinner? You seem like you had a family that was like we talk.
Yeah, I do. But we definitely had TV nights about twice a week where I was like, let's just shut up. Let's just watch something, pull out the TV trays.
Every time we tried to have like, let's talk as a family, nobody said shit.
Yeah.
Nobody was like, well, this is just four people wishing they were watching whatever that show is. What was the show with Urkel?
Oh, Family Matters.
Yeah, that was it. It was four people going, we're all missing Family Matters.
It's DVRs aren't invented yet, so we should.
As a family, we bond by watching another family on TV work through their problems so that we don't have to talk about
The Simpsons was the first show that showed a family watching TV. That's one of the things. Like every other show, they would, no matter how dysfunctional, they would communicate and hang out.
Yeah, they never sat down and just watched some tube.
Nope.
Bury their problems.
What are you drinking?
Oh, I have 2 beers in front of me.
Okay.
And I got 111 proof moonshine.
Jesus Christ.
Got the name of it. I got about 2.5 shots in here with a LaCroix.
2.5.
2.5 shots. Well, I did 3 the other night, and that was too much.
Yeah.
So learned my lesson, and let's shave it off.
I set you up for that because I knew it was scientific. I knew it was trial and error. I know your astronaut technique of explore, try it again.
We overshot.
Sure.
A lot of people, they'll overshoot and then they'll wildly undershoot and then try and judge from there. Me, I overshoot and then just scale it back just little by little till I find that sweet spot.
Yeah.
Or my tolerance skyrockets and I become a full-blown alcoholic.
Sure.
One way or another, it's going to work out.
Mm-hmm. Live or die, you'll make $1 million.
Oh, girl, what? It's been a hot one. I'm sleeveless. You're Paul Linden up.
I am Paul Linden up. Paul Lind, what they called a confirmed bachelor back in the 60s and 70s, aka gay person. Confirmed bachelor, Paul Lind.
They put that on. What was it Hollywood Squares? What was the show?
Hollywood Squares. Oh, Paul, in a game of billiards, how many balls are on the table? Depends how many guys are playing. Paul Lind. Always.
Did they nod at him being gay on that show?
They just called him a confirmed bachelor. They were like little asides, but never like, he would just make a little wink, wink, nudge, nudges kind of. I mean, okay. He's wearing an ascot and a scarf, and he's got that face. Hear that story about him drunk on a plane where a baby was crying, and he turned around and yelled across in a full plane, mm-hmm. You better shut that baby up before I go back there and fuck it.
Whoa.
Which is insane. Like, I don't share that as like, ha ha, you told them. It's like, Jesus Christ. You imagine being on a plane and someone just yelled that at a baby? Like, how drunk are you, Paul?
Is that Paul Lynde? Yeah, it's all right. We all know.
Look, it just hurts being in the closet that hard and having to joke about it.
Well, how many straight guys were watching Hollywood Squares going, man, that guy's got some style? We're just strutting around like, yeah, man, Paul Lynde. That guy gets some ass.
He's funny and always angry, like that one uncle I have who's never been out with a girl. Interesting.
I don't think he was gay. I like when I was a little kid, I had a barber, and he was he looked like Rod Stewart, had like blonde with the flowing mullet.
Oh, awesome.
Dangly gold chains. But he was always grizzled, and I really liked him because he would talk to me. I'd go in there as like an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Get the same dumb haircut.
Sure.
And he would just tell me about how he lost at the horses.
Oh.
He's like, I was up, and then I was real down. And I don't know if he was like doing a character because he knew kids didn't know, or if he was just being truthful. But he was just like, she left on Tuesday, Kyle.
No.
I think it might be it this time. Just like, what do you want me to say?
8-year-old?
Yeah, I'm like, is it because you know I have no advice and you just have to tell somebody?
Kyle, she took my heart, man. You know how it is.
And then he left, and the new guy, I would this is kind of dark, but I don't think it's dark, and it's happened to me, so I'm gonna laugh at it.
Please.
Did you ever realize you were kind of sexually abused? The new haircut guy, I would always be like, man, why does he keep bumping into the armrest when my hand?
I had that. Sure.
Like dick and balls on your hand, on the top of your hand on the armrest.
Yeah. Oh, I can't feel this. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess, did I pull away, or do you not know that's my hand, or are you uncomfortable?
Yeah. Oh.
I missed the middle-aged guy telling me how he lost at the track and his wife left him. I don't know what those words mean, but he seems sincere.
He was doing spoken word country western poetry. I much prefer that than your balls on my arm. My mom has she's always kind of had a hair trigger, like in terms of being angry. And I had a barber who he would cut my hair, and every time he would talk to my mom, it'd be just like my mom and him and me. He'd stop cutting my hair and lean on my shoulder and talk to my mom and be like, "Do you notice that?" And so a haircut would take 2 fucking hours, and my mom's just like, I could see her just going like, oh yeah, no, I don't have anywhere to go. What's up?
Was his elbow on the top of your head?
Sometimes.
Hey, I was saying.
He was like one of those old guys who's impossibly skinny and small. So he's just kind of leaning on whatever. It could be my head or my shoulder, and just like I'm a wall, and just like, Jane, sometimes.
I want to use a child as a banister when I get to an old enough age where that's acceptable. Just pardon me, and just using. Well, Jake is telling us we got to let people know that you can call in.
Yes.
And today's, we're raising money for charity as we do every week. And today's charity is Nurses Home. That is brought by introduced by Nurses House. They haven't made it a home yet. That's the nurse. And our guest this week, who we are introducing, or no?
Not yet.
Yeah. All right. Smooth sailing, but he's here, and his name's Shane, and we'll meet him soon enough. But we have questions of the week that you can vote on. But yes, call in, give money, we're giving money to the Nurses House.
Yeah, it's basically a place where nurses that that have become infirm or elderly, and they don't have close family members to take care of them. The Nurses House takes care of them. And so I think right now they need our help more than ever. And in case you're wondering, folk, where we get these charities, we always just ask the guest. So this is Shane's idea. So I'd never heard of it. It's really cool.
Oh God. Well,
I got a Negroni.
You're Negroni. I'm like I said, moonshine. What's in Negroni's what?
It's equal parts gin, sweet vermouth, and Campari. It's all liquor. It's really nice.
Oh, that's fun.
It's great. Yeah, it's a real nice late afternoon, early evening rich asshole drink.
Do you still have a liquor cart?
No. Well, that's in the basement now. I put all the liquor in the cupboard. I'm just like, I don't need it out. I don't need to act like
You were so happy when you got that liquor cart.
I was over the moon.
And it looked like something you'd win on Price is Right.
It has silver wagon wheels.
It truly, we're so proud of that. And it looked like when they like reveal a prize on Price is Right, and you could see all three contestants going, I have no idea how much this thing costs, and I don't give a shit. It had never entered the realm of.
And I got it for a song. I think I got it for like $50 because the people that sold it to me had an infant son who would grab it and push it because it has wheels, and all the bottles would just go everywhere. And they're like, "We can't have this shit."
It was a huge booze bag from the get go. The
Just
mom, he came
just staking the tree to get all the peaches out.
Why couldn't they?
We got a question before. Okay, the question Annie asks: which one of us lost our virginity younger? Before we answer that, we need you to vote. So people who know me, who know Kyle, who fucking don't, judge us by our looks or I don't care what, and just guess and vote, and then we'll answer and we'll see who wins.
I also want to add: why not turn the liquor cart into a baby carriage for those previous owners?
Sure.
Look at these people pushing the booze cart down the street, and then they just put it back and feed the baby, but then mix the drink. Everything underneath is like your fixins.
It's just 2 panes of glass. Like you can't really put a baby on a pane of glass and wheel it down the street.
Can't if you're fancy.
You'll get arrested.
Can't if you're classy about it. Got my fancy baby on my liquor cart that I push.
Just saran wrap the baby down on the plastic or on the glass and push them.
It's either a new baby carriage or we use this liquor cart for a couple other things.
Look, we don't have a lot of options.
People might know when I lost my virginity. I think I've told that story on some things.
But did you say how old you were?
I may have, because it played into the story a bit.
Okay.
Do you know how old I was?
I don't. Do you know how old I was?
I don't.
This is interesting.
I don't know your sexual origin story, Matt.
You didn't read my comic book I put out?
I don't like to call it losing my virginity. I like to call it my sexual origin story. Well, everybody knows Matt's birthday. He celebrates it 5 weeks out of the year.
Everybody likes it. Everybody knows it. Nobody
Matt's
knows.
Birthday month.
Okay, well let's do this one. Let's do this one and go back to the other one. So
you got more parties than the Station of the Cross when it's your birthday.
I used to. I don't anymore. Now I'm like,
on the 5th day of Matt's birth, we all joined for hot chocolates and sang songs around the fire.
let's rent a house in the desert and fill a pool up with liquor. For me.
Well, by the end of that weekend for your 40th birthday, we might have.
Oh, that was brutal.
All right. That story is commemorated.
It is. It is on the album. Please hold me. A lot of people.
Also, the night where you got in trouble for me being on the roof, I also just fell asleep sitting upright at that dinner we went to.
Oh yeah.
I saw. You know what it was? My body shut down.
Yeah.
Because I drank a lot and I was tired. We were in the sun, and I'm an amateur. But I saw giant shrimp cocktails coming out.
Yeah.
Like huge shrimp, like shrimp that were the size of croissants. And my body was like, we know you like those, but you're going to barf everywhere if you have that. And I just went to sleep. I've
always admired the fact that your body has a kill switch. You can just shut down like that, which is amazing. Yeah, what's the name of that? I love that restaurant. It's so marvelously gay. It's in Palm Springs. We had fishbowl drinks that were in those giant shells, those giant like under the sea gel shells.
Mm-hmm.
You know, bunch of long straws. Carl Hassie and Carmel. That was a lot of fun. But
that was your 40th birthday.
That was my 40th birthday weekend. Yeah.
How many? What are you clicking over this year, man? Do you want to tell? I know it's show business.
I don't give a shit. I'll be wow. Yeah, I'll be 46 in August. Jesus.
46. Bruh.
Blah.
Looking good for 46.
Thanks, honey.
Head of hair, tasteful gray.
Yeah. Right. Thanks. Yeah. No, just for men for me. Oh, let's do the birthday thing. So you are December 23rd, right?
Yeah. August 1st for my man.
Yes, sir.
Summer birthday too. That's what I was telling people. Hey everybody, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, everybody. Hey, Jake's December 22nd.
Jake Brown. I made this joke earlier in the quarantine. I'm sick of people bitching about, they're like, oh, I'm having a lonely birthday in quarantine. December 23rd. Been doing this shit for 43 years.
That has been your birthday quarantine forever. Got to share it with the son of man.
If you're an adult, have dessert for breakfast and then shut the fuck up and get on with your life. Birthdays don't matter after.
The poll is done for who lost their virginity earlier. But before we bring that on, I want to say, I think you and Jake, when all this is over, we should go to Denver and have a birthday celebration for the two of you that would literally be a yin and yang of sobriety, right? So Jake used to be the weed reviewer for the Denver Post and he's not even California sober, meaning he still smokes weed. Jake, you don't smoke weed anymore, right? Nice work, dude. Congratulations.
Never for just break times.
But then Kyle would be the yang.
Yeah.
He'd be fantastic.
I'll smoke all the weed.
There you go. Drink all the drinks. It's Denver. Jesus Christ. Yes. No.
That lost it earlier or later?
Earlier. Okay, well, I was 17. Kyle?
21.
Wow. 20. I don't know. I always guessed you would have been like a 14-year-old. Like you would have gotten raising, but raped by someone's mom. I'm really sorry. That's a horrible thing to say.
I was a good young man. I was a good boy. Mm-hmm. And I was such a good boy that I was like the 40-year-old version thing. Like I respected women so much. I'm fearful of them.
Sure.
And so I lost my virginity at 21 to a stripper who was like, "This is gonna happen." Like,
yeah. I remember that. I remember that story.
Yeah.
He took you out of the gas station.
She took me. Met her at a gas station. Oh man, it was just like a Bryan Adams tune. Whichever Bryan Adams tune ends with a stringy meth finger up your asshole. I don't know which tune that one is. Is it cuts like a knife? I don't know the whole. I don't know the last verse of that one.
Cuts like a knife and oh, stop. I remember you telling me that story where she had like really long ET like fingers because she was tall and she shoved her finger up your ass and you said there'll be no more of that.
I said that's enough. I said that's enough of that.
Oh, I love that story so much.
Man, got my first karate lesson from Bruce Lee.
I'll do you one better. I don't even know if I can say I technically lost my virginity then because I didn't get to finish it. Basically, I went to my girlfriend's house and we clumsily started when her mom walked in. And yeah, I'm on top of her daughter. And she had one of those cool moms who just opened the door and went, honey, you should be doing your essay. Shut the door. Portland, Oregon, everybody. looking down and going, she's going to cut my balls off. And my girlfriend just laughing at me and pushing me off. And I put my pants on and went down the stairs. And she's just making spaghetti back strategically to the hallway. Like go out the door, into my mom's car, driving home going, fuck, holy fuck. Holy fuck.
Something tells me this wasn't your girlfriend's first time.
It was not.
And it was not your girlfriend's mom's first time walking in on her.
You might have a point.
What is it? Thursday again? Come on, Teresa.
Greg, get off. Is that Greg?
Oh, what's this one? Big fella.
Big fella.
You look upset, Matt. You want some spaghetti? Sit down. Talk to me.
It's okay.
You still talk to her? Know who she is?
No, I saw her at the high school reunion. It's the last time. In 2012. Like the last reunion I went to. She seems like she's doing cool. I don't know.
Man, I went to my high school reunion and it was kind of just, I don't know. Everybody's like this, like it was like almost admirable that the guys that were dicks, a couple were still dicks.
Oh,
wow, you kept it up.
It's funny, man. My buddy Grant was one of those guys who was great at sports and always made fun of how he looked, and everyone liked him, and like was like, you know, kind of a bad dude, but like not a dick. And now he's got like a huge family, bunch of kids, and this one kid who like everyone kind of made fun of, and I would be like, I don't know, like don't dog on him too much, but he was always kind of annoying.
Yeah,
he would not shut up on this propulsion lab he worked at or something, to the point where you're like, and he talked down to you because he worked at this lab. And then Grant, that kid I mentioned before, was like, said to me, you know, that kid always annoyed the shit out of me. And now I know why. I don't feel bad anymore, you know? And I'm like, yeah, neither do I, man. Fuck him.
I was sitting with a friend of mine and she like became what she's like, she's international lawyer, like I like lawyer for the EPA or something, like just something phenomenal. But it's like everybody reverts back into high school, and we're like sitting on a couch kind of by herself. She's like, "Oh, look at this bitch! She was a skank then, and she's horning up now. Look at her go!" And then just talking shit on everybody, and I was losing my mind. It was so much fun. I was like, "Oh, that fucking slut! She was a bitch to me." When I'm like, "You're an international lawyer." You went to 2 Ivy League schools.
It is crazy. I still will have these high school flashbacks. Cause I don't know why that sticks out so much in my mind. I guess it's like the last 4 years of those, you know, like the formative years. Because in college you're kind of an adult, but you're not living at home anymore.
We shot the first, like the pilot episode of Those Who Can't in a high school in Denver while school is still going on.
Oh, yeah?
I was still like, if I saw kids in the hallway, I was like, oh, I'm going to make fun of my clothes. I'm like, I'm in a costume.
I'm an adult man.
Make fun of my clothes. Like I went right back to it. I agree.
What was that power?
That question, what was that question that came up here? Was who knows more former presidents? It's already going to be Matt.
Because I know.
When I rolled into your cul-de-sac yesterday, Shane and I were on a bike ride, and it was Shane's first bike ride. That's only a funny joke for the one person that knows the band 15, and that's the title of one of their albums. It's Swain's first bike ride. Anyway, I go for a very specific fan base. It's one guy who doesn't know I exist yet, but I'm going to get him. When you were like talking about Raymond Burr had his own island, and I was like, the president? And you're like, no, Perry Mason.
But see, you're making my point. I don't like knowledge doesn't stay in my brain that I'm not interested in. I don't care about any of those. I mean, it's interesting, it's history, but it's not interesting history to me. So I can name out a couple, but
yeah, there's some presidents that just didn't do shit, you know.
Well, and it's one of those pieces of information that got hammered into our heads as kids to the point where it's like, I don't care. Like about what the names of the presidents were. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. Was that
So I guess that's your answer. I'm sorry, person that wrote in.
Yeah, go cram it. Rat Tank, that's the guy who would know Swain's first bike ride.
Right.
Rat Tank said, on one of my albums, I talk about having a drunk roommate who insisted on using coasters. Was that you, Matt? No, it was not Matt. It was our boy Luz. Do you remember Luz?
Yeah. Hey, to lose. All right.
Luz. To the light that will never go out, except it did. He died a few years ago. And yeah. Did we talk about Luz before on this? Was that like an early episode?
We have not. I was thinking about him the other day, and I remember he called me because you guys were having a tiff, and he was like, hey Dougie, it's Luz. How do I get Kyle to talk to me again, man? You're his old school buddy. Like I don't know, and I never called him back, and I was like, but next time I saw him, he was like, hey man, why don't you call me back? That was fucked up. And I'm like, dude, Kyle is my boy, man. I don't even know you that well. I mean, we like each other. And he's like, okay, good point. But then we talked more and we kind of bonded. And I felt bad. Like I should have called him, but.
Luz was a guy, and his real name was Luz, L-U-Z, Spanish. He's about a 5 foot tall Latino fella with a vampire bite tattoo on his neck. This is the mid-aughts, and after Braunger and I lived together, I moved in with him for about it lasted about 6 months.
Yeah.
We used to go to Little Cave. He had a house in Highland Park. He was a friend of an ex-girlfriend.
Right.
And that's how I got set up to live it.
Yeah.
And he was just a real psycho, and we would go and drink at Little Cave, and he would sadly that relationship ended. He was a wild man. He was just crazy.
I will give Luz credit because he coined, in my mind, or used the phrase, to me, the best description, the best way to ask what someone's sexual orientation is, which is, what's your action? It's the best. Because Luz was sexually attracted to women and fat guys. Remember?
Yeah.
And so he'd be like, he was always asking about like Lance Barber, the dad on Young Sheldon, old friend of mine. He'd be like,
people also got the 15 reference. The dad from Young Sheldon.
Right. He's like, what's his action? I'm like, he likes chicks, man. He's like, all right.
One of the first accounts, I moved in and I'm like, all right, let's go rent movies. And we are going to it's back when you would rent movies. And
sure.
You'd never tell because he was always had all these old houses. He's a Chicago dude, but moved out to LA in the 80s and the height of 80s skate punk, when punks were the scary villains in 80s movies.
He was in Thrashing. Remember he was in the movie Thrashing? He showed us.
We were at the video store and I picked up Thrash and I'm like, man, have you ever seen this? He's like, seen it, doggy. I'm in it. And I was like, there's no fucking way. So we brought it back and we're watching it. He's like, there's a party scene and it's Red Hot Chili Peppers are playing a party in Thrashing, and you see Luz next to the wall with a Eraserhead style pompadour standing about 15 inches above his head. He's like, yeah, man, I got hired as a set painter, and then I banged this big chick named Taco in the bathroom on break, and I came out and the whole crew was applauding me.
Oh.
And then so the last time, oh man, none of these stories paint any of us in a flattering light, but it's who Luz was. I wound up moving out of there not long after. He was picking up dudes from Little Cave Bar and bringing them back, and he would just be all crazy trying to impress him. And he was on the floor of his kitchen, kicking off his motorcycle boots while I was trying to make food, while some dude was hanging out there waiting to hook up. And up to this point, I'd come home from work and I'd find him just asleep, naked in my bed, he'd kind of pass out drunk. And
remember we had that weekend in San Diego where we played that club that didn't have anywhere for us to stay. So we stayed in the Comedy Store condo.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had other friends staying in there. And there were so many comedians there. I was sleeping in the bathroom with another guy. And the guy kept kicking me because I was snoring because I was so drunk. And and the next day we went to get breakfast. and it was me, and Lou's just left the breakfast booth and comes back and sits down and just pulls out a paper bag of vodka, drinks some, and puts it back. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah,
it's like we were just like hungover. Like, I just want coffee. Like, Jesus, like, get that bottle away from me. And we had to drive all the way back to LA with him.
I also got to see a little Mexican man in a thong swimsuit and motorcycle boots strutting around the beach, and that was fun.
That's pretty great. I mean,
he also gifted something in return.
He had a lot of problems, but he was a funny and good-hearted dude. So
yeah, I felt bad. He hit me in the head with a motorcycle boot when he was trying to kick him off, and I lost it. I started like I was choking him on the floor of his kitchen.
Jesus Christ!
He was like, "Who am I?" I'm like, I gotta get out of here. But then I went back a few months later, and then we just like got into our old ways. We started drinking whiskey, and I don't know how it got. We just wound up not good stuff, but just shooting a pistol at a banana tree in his backyard.
Sure. Well, it was Highland Park in the old days.
Yeah. But back when that was excusable. But anyway, R.I.P. the light.
R.I.P. the light.
Yeah,
good old days.
Guys, on that note, we're gonna have to go to our first commercial break.
Okay, we're gonna go commercial, and when we come back, we'll break out Syrup Mountain.
That's my cue.
So, okay, we told some crazy fucking stories. Thanks for tuning in. Jake, do we have, first off, if you guys don't know, we do have a Patreon for the show now, if you want to see old episodes. And just how that works, in case you folks and fellow drinkers and non-drinkers and watchers are curious, every episode we stream live, donations all go to the charity. We just set up a Patreon to basically get a couple bucks to keep the show going. Jake doesn't make any money doing this, and so
Jake's a guy.
Partnership with our sweet handsome Denver boy. And so if you can be a sponsor, you want to join the team, thank you. You will get extras and really appreciate it. But if not, and you're just watching the show, great.
Yeah. He's been 90 days sober, and if he doesn't get money from you guys, he might go back to using. So
I didn't want to say it, but he said that to many, many times. What you blinked in and out. You all right?
Who, me?
Yeah, I don't know why I said you're all right. I meant your Wi-Fi connection. You were just like, yeah, but you're.
No, I'm pilfering it from my neighbor, so I don't know. Hopefully it's cool.
Well, fair enough. Hey, okay, so thanks to our very first $20 Patreon subscriber, Brendan Townend. I hope I said your name right. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Let's bring our guest on.
Let's bring him on.
All right.
Jake mumbling to his control board. He already started using. He didn't see enough money in the Patreon. He's already dipped back into the weed. He's going to shit because you guys didn't give enough.
Yeah.
There we go.
Dane Torres, you a ghost leaving your body. What's happening with this?
Move your head. I can't see the better you.
Oh, like there could be a better me. I look like Luce's type.
Look at Bob Seeger, tour manager.
Why did your spirit get fatter?
He said with a half-hung drape for a curtain in his garage.
It's an upside down
prick.
I didn't know death.
Yeah, upside.
What? Don't. What are you doing?
Oh, that's your good. That's your
Come
good.
on.
Why? Jesus Christ.
That's as good. Shit.
He just spent 30 minutes drinking, watching you guys tell stories about a guy in cowboy boots who sleeps and masturbates in your beds. So I can't bring up a relevant news story?
Please change your background. Please.
All right, it's that or Handsome Shane. Which one do you want?
Handsome Shane, for the love of Christ.
Oh.
Okay, you got him. It's me.
Oh, there he is. Jesus. Epstein. Oh, we all miss him. Such a nice guy.
That's going to be a news story people forget about amongst all this. And let me tell you, I'm not going to let them. I'm a little drunk.
Torres didn't kill himself. I think that's the point we want to bring up.
Yeah,
Okay.
not yet. Depends on if you ask my cardiologist or not.
Hey, oh, I'm forgetting myself here. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girls.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thanks for having me. It was fun. It was a really fun first half.
Got some crazy stories. How are you hanging in, man? How's things?
I'm good. I'm pretty good. I caught the Rona, as you guys know. So, did I tell you how I suspect it happened?
Please, no. Go on.
I
don't know if I saw Kinane a lot yesterday. I don't know if I told you. So I read that if you go out, you should leave your shoes outside, like because you might track in the virus somehow.
Okay.
So you might want to leave them outside for. So I did laundry, and then I left them outside, and then I went out 3 hours later, and somebody stole my fucking shoes. And you guys know me. You're aware that the bottom of my feet don't look that clean. So anyway, so that sucked. But I was sitting where I am now, like a few hours later, just working on stuff. And my friend Charlene, who's my Corona roomie, was baking in the kitchen right in front of me. And this drunk, homeless guy, I'm assuming he was homeless, wandered in the back door. So we had a home invasion. And I was so fucking masculine. It was crazy. I got up and I was like, get the fuck out of here. I'll kill you. It was just flexing. And Charlene had an egg beater in her hand and she like, ding, ding, like at him like it was a gun. As my Michael Winslow impression, doing an impression of a gun.
I caught it.
And I grabbed him by the collar and I threw him off the stoop. And guess who was wearing my fucking shoes? I had my goddamn shoes on.
You take his shoes off him?
No.
You gotta let him.
Yeah. But 3 days later, I got a dry cough. So who really won?
I don't know why I thought you threw him down and got your shoes back and put them on. That's literally what I thought the ending.
I just can't shake this headache. I don't know what it is every time I put these shoes on.
You're like, I was so angry. I made out with him for a while, and then
I just when I cook, I put these Adidas on my feet on my hands for protection.
The universe is like, who is this story best befitting of? Probably Shane. We'll steal his shoes and then put him on the guy that breaks into his house.
Yeah.
I'm no gumshoe, but I figured that crime out pretty quick.
You did. You Remington steal that one. Okay, let's take this question together. Brendan from Savannah asked, you're craving a sandwich. What sandwich you craving? Shane,
what do you know about me, Brendan?
We're just open to endless possibilities here. What part of the ocean do you want to drown in? Sorry, I'm already drunk. I haven't eaten shit today, which is a rarity. Yeah, well, one of us should do it. If I'm going nuts, what I want for a sandwich is I kind of like, like a muffaletta. Sometimes I have these crazy that New Orleans sandwich.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah. They just got that big fat bread with all the olives and just salty and sweet and cheesy. Oh, Jesus. That's kind of like.
Yeah.
I used to get
that's
those.
Like
when you go to New Orleans, go to Central Market, and get like a half wheel.
So, yeah, and it's like, and that's the thing is like you can't get that everywhere. It's not like a turkey. So like it just when you get to scratch that itch, it's the greatest fucking thing in the world.
Yep.
Yeah. That tastes so good. That's the kind of sandwich like you could kick it into my mouth if you asked me.
Yep.
Like, I would chew it in the end.
What about you, Kyle?
Man, I mean, obviously I'm on my vegetables these days, but a sandwich that I would break edge for, which people probably already know, man, Howlin' Ray's spicy chicken sandwich. It's an LA thing, Shane. If you move here, you'll find out.
Yeah,
Braunger, have you had one?
Stand in line for a good 5 hours. You can have that sandwich.
Dave?
For a chicken sandwich?
Fried chicken sandwich.
And it's double insulting because it's like hot chicken, like Nashville hot chicken sandwich that they opened up in Chinatown, and it's got a line around the block in front of just any number of Chinese-owned businesses that have been there for years. But God bless old Dave Stone, my co-host on the Boogie Monster, still wants to keep the local economy alive and will still engage all the restaurants he has to walk past to get the chicken sandwich. So he's got his other favorite restaurant that he gets to eat in line to wait for Howlin' Ray.
Man,
I've only had it once. Now I've only had it one time because I was like, I don't wait in line for food. I don't romance food the way other people do. I don't think, like, if anything, if you make me wait an hour for food, it's like either, well, like, what do we live in communist Russia, or is it like there's no need for this?
Yeah.
I went with Dave. He's like, I'll call you when I'm close. I'm like, no, I'll go stand in line. We waited an hour. Worth it.
Yeah.
I was surprised I was saying that. Worth it. Holy shit. And I got the sandwich medium, and then I got one wing of their hot. Not even their howling hot, just their hot. And I like spicy stuff. One wing, the guy flat out told me when I was ordering my food, he goes, listen, medium's made with this, this, and this. It's going to be tasty, but it's going to be very spicy. You get hot and you get the sandwich hot, that's going to take about 3 hours of your day to get over. You get the extra hot, that's going to be about 4 and a half. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just telling you the facts.
That's great.
You get howling
I love
hot.
that he gave you the Koval scale with it. Yeah, like that's
It's just like you get howling hot on the sandwich and you finish it, you don't have the rest of the day. That's just a fact. I'm not trying to scare you or make you feel tough. That's just what's going to happen. And I'm so grateful for him for being that way. I'm like, give me one wing of hot. And he was right. It was great. Took me down for about 2.5 hours.
That's lit. That reminds me of Ganja John in Portland, hanging out backstage at
GJ.
Yeah, and hanging out and pulling out his gummies and his edibles and his.
I forgot about the craziest thing that he pulled out, his fucking eyeball.
Yeah, he
just do that.
Eye, not yet. But, yeah.
Oh, was that the thing you left off the list?
Spoiler alert.
I'm sorry.
Like his strongest edibles, I also didn't eat that. He laid out like there were edibles that were shaped like hearts and ones that were shaped like trees, and it was like that scene in Pulp Fiction. Now this right here is your top of the line Cadillac, But he was just like, now he's like, do you smoke a lot of weed? I was like, no. He's like, then don't touch these ones that look like a tree line. You don't go near these, okay? That's the rest of your week. Do these one of these heart guys. So I had one of them. It was like I had a marvelous evening, but it's like that with like a Howling Ray wing, like a Howling Spice level wing.
And then you were just like, Trudy, the one with all the shit in her face, but he's like, that's my wife.
No, thankfully no.
It's such a funny.
What's what?
What's your sandwich?
Oh, my sandwich. Okay, I'm gonna go.
What's your sandwich?
Pastrami sandwich from Langer's. Right off MacArthur Park in LA. It's just to me the best pastrami. I mean, I think it's better than Katz's. It's better. It's on that the bread. It's just unbelievable. And like I love that. I love the big old school booths and getting like lot keys and stuff. I miss that. I miss just being out without a mask.
What's a sandwich or a meal you guys get in the city when you're on the road that you're like that's like unheralded that people don't know about? Like,
ooh,
that's not like a diner's driving in. Like this is like I go to Pat and Bub's in DC. Have you guys ever been there?
Oh, yes.
Did we go there together? Man, I think we might have gone together.
We did.
Yeah.
That
place is great.
He told me about it back when he used to eat shit like that.
What? Who told you?
Funches. I think Ron Funches.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because that's how I found out about it too. Yeah, that place is great.
Oh my god!
Shout out to the Albert in Atlanta.
Smoked chicken wings.
But Dave used to work there. A lot of smoked wings. That's where they learned to do smoked wings. I mean, if I need a default, I'm going to break edge. I just hit up old Dave because he makes a bunch of stuff here. But yeah, the Albert has like basic diner burgers that they make real good, smoked wings, just as a restaurant as a whole, that place deserves love. And Big Bad Breakfast, which Wes Van Horn, if anybody knows him.
Yeah.
Wes Van Horn out of Birmingham. It's the South. Just in the South, take a gamble on a fun place.
Yeah. You can roll a dice because something's going to be made with butter on the menu.
I do like not to pick a Portland thing, but the Reggie Deluxe at Pine State Biscuits.
Killer.
Fried chicken sandwich with egg on a biscuit. Because it's like you can eat it at 7 a.m. and come supper time, you'll be like, I'll have a piece of lettuce. I'm still
There's a lot of that was a lot.
I got that from my dad when I was there, and my dad's usually like, "That was good, that was good." And now he's just like, "Yeah."
It's like a religious moment.
he was like, didn't have words for it. He's like,
yeah. Like my dad and all my uncles, all his brothers, anytime they take a bite of something that's like delicious like that, they act like they're angry at you. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Like you've been denying them that same your whole life.
They do that. They take a bite and then they just say something terrible. Wouldn't have yelled at your mother so much if she cooked like this. Like just oh my.
Somebody wouldn't have needed a nose job when they were 32 if they knew how to grill.
Hey, come on. Hey, we reached our goal.
We reached our goal.
We haven't even
10 minutes to spare.
K Dubco at $40, top donor.
That's Karen Wachtel.
Oh yeah, right on. Thanks, Karen.
Clint. Yeah, that's our girl.
All right,
Yeah,
we need $50 to break the record. If you guys can help out nurses, please give.
Yeah.
Please
give $50. I would like to break the record and have the illustrious title of being the guest who has raised the most. How many episodes are we on? 5?
A shiny new belt, Shane. Just a big championship belt.
Help the helpers.
Oh.
Hey, Jake, can we call somebody?
First caller is Brandon from Charlotte. We're going to connect in right now.
All right, let's put on Brandon.
They were having some technical issues with an iPad, so let's see. Hey,
there he is.
Hey.
What's up, Brandon?
Hey, girl.
Fucking.
Can you hear us, Brandon? Oh, he's frozen.
Oh. Well,
he's
frozen.
Guy's stepping on my corner.
Hey, Shane, that's what long hair's supposed to look like on a guy. Just
yeah, look at his hair. That's gorgeous ass.
Big talk, you fucking cue ball.
I had to do Okay, I can hear you all now.
Brandon.
Sorry, Brandon. Thank you very much, Brandon.
Girl.
Hey, girl.
What you drinking there, Brandon?
Vodka.
I guess.
It's what I got left right now.
No need for
Bring
pretense.
another supply run.
Got some of that potato juice, huh?
I mean, it's working, so.
Yeah. What part of the world are you calling us from? What part of the world are you calling us from, Brandon?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte. North
Ah.
Great town.
I think I was there? I don't know. Charlotte, Charlottesville, Charleston. You throw a CH in front of something and a Carolina after it, I'm never going to remember.
There's a shit ton of those around here, so.
Hey, Chattanooga, how'd I fuck that up?
Ladies' names. They confuse me. How you holding up there, Brandon?
I'm hanging in there. I was actually pre-adjusted to this. I started working from home in January, so by the time this shit all hit, it was just like, I guess I go to the grocery store less often. That's pretty much it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Fluorescent lights.
Glad to
Who
hear.
tipped you off, dog? Who tipped you off?
Yeah. Who do you know on the inside?
Yeah. Have you guys noticed the amount of stories that look like, well, my brother's cousin has a friend who's a higher up at the CDC stories have just gone through the roof since this whole thing. I have so many friends who are much more well connected than I thought they were.
Oh, really?
Oh, no. They're not really, but they are saying things. They're like,
I know, but they've been
Yeah.
telling me that.
oh, it's bananas. It's like everybody I know is a fucking human Reddit thread these days.
Brandon, what are you doing from home that you've been there since January?
I work for a mortgage company.
All those guitars say something different.
Yeah, what do you guys? What
The
do you
heavy
what
metal realtor? What are you doing?
Huh?
You're the heavy metal realtor?
Well, no.
what guitars do you have, man? What are those?
Oh, I don't have a. Oh no. Well, I've got a G&L Strat Tribute. That's really my only electric guitar. That's a Music Man Stingray bass. I'm shitty guitar player, so the guitar kind of stays in storage.
Welcome to the club. What do you think? What do you think this show is? A bunch of virtuosos?
Come on.
It's just like that people that own instruments still have like preface that they're bad, but people that are shitty drivers brag about their fancy cars all the time. Like, looking for 11 V8 because 0 to 60, 2.2. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with it. Anyway, suck my dick. But like anybody with a nice guitar, like I don't really. I treated myself with it, and I don't deserve it. I'm sure you're great. You got the hair that says otherwise, Brendan.
Yeah, you have lovely hair, man. That is some good hair. I'm jealous.
It's a nice looking rug you got there, buddy. You keep it up.
All right, I'll keep working on it.
All right, we're good.
Oh, so we got a new segment.
Yeah, new segment.
Brandon, you can join.
The sounds keep overlapping. I can't tell which one of y'all's talking.
Sorry.
It's a shit show. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Our new segment, it's called Ooh Girl. And it's about something that just got you excited in the past week. Something that made you stop and go, ooh, girl. Jake, hit the sample.
There it is.
Yeah.
Kyle, kick it off. What made you say ooh girl?
I mean, my standards for ooh girlin' are probably a lot lower than other people. One thing I will point out now that, because I was talking about cars that maybe go like, I kind of like somebody's approach, like, ooh, girl, that's a new way to do it. Somebody's got a perfectly decent BMW that they just did like 80s paint splatter all over the whole damn thing.
Wow.
Not like, didn't even mask off the windows. Did neon paint splatter over the whole damn car, did the wheels, and then scraped off the paint on the windows where they needed to see. And I kind of like, I wanted to be like, what kind of asshole would do this? But then I thought, like, the kind of person who knows that somebody else would get upset at what somebody else did with their own property. And I was like, I like where your brain's at. I like your mind. Like, you think this is nice? No, I think it's nicer. And it doesn't matter to you. Why are you mad? And I kind of liked that somebody was somewhat trolling with their own destruction, like the destruction of their own property. And something about that, I was like, ooh, girl, do you think?
Ooh girl.
You know what I can't get, Kinane? Just so you know, it's like, you can't think somebody just vandalized a car and some guy walked out and was like, ah, shit, I have to go to work and just scrape paint off his fucking
guy with various
windshield.
colors of paint was like flick.
Yeah, he was vandalizing it for a good 48 hours in a row then, if that was the case. It is different. It's all in the same, like, it's all even destruction, and the rims are its own splatter, and the tires are its own splatter.
It wasn't hasty.
No, and there's two cars on the street where they did it to both of them.
Wow.
And it's just like, you know, it's got like a bit of a tweaker vibe of like, you know what's going to make this better? Like Christian Hosoi whittling his own skateboard underneath a ramp.
Yeah. Richard Marx blaring out of every speaker in the car.
Who's
Jake,
got a problem with Marx nowadays? Brendan, where do you stand on Richard? Brandon. I'm saying Brendan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's go Brandon.
First
Brandon,
off,
right?
No, it's Brandon.
Brandon, what's your ooh girl?
What'd you get excited about this week?
Man, it wasn't a positive ooh girl. It was more of a
Oh, well, let's
hold
on. Let's pause. We have another segment. We'll let you do that. It's called Please, which means bitch. Please go ahead and bitch. Complain about something. Bitch.
I mean, it's nothing crazy or anything, but like last Saturday morning about 8 a.m., there was a convoy of a bunch of different cars driving through my neighborhood, just honking the fucking shit out of their horns.
What for?
You live by a state
I
capitol?
don't know. I went on next door, couldn't find anything about it.
If you can't
Nothing.
find something on next door, because that thing's
No.
filled with rats.
It's
That's
a gossip fucking trap.
Yeah, it is.
I would.
Oh, that's
further.
that's the neighbor app, right? Where people are just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I have the same problem with neighborhood noise. I've been vocally against the 8 p.m. clanging of pots and pans.
Sure.
Leaf blowers that people still insist on using.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid we need lawn animals. I agree with that. I would be more curious about why. I'd investigate further.
Yeah, that's interesting. Random convoy of cars honking. Like, get out. We're all leaving.
But is your next door normally pretty tattletale about stuff?
It's mostly asking for, hey, can you recommend this? The only tattletale, like my neighborhood's broken up into sections. My neighborhood doesn't have, where I live, doesn't have an HOA. The tattletale shit is on the HOA sections.
Oh yeah, they love ratting people out.
Yeah, that's what that shit's all about for sure.
I never hear anything like about my actual neighborhood that's informative.
Oh. Well, and for people that don't know, yeah, Nextdoor is an app that's like Facebook, but just for your neighborhood, and a bunch of snitches. And it's entertaining in limited amounts of time.
Often racist, but yeah, very funny.
Racist with people just, the balance between someone trying to describe a person of color clearly committing a crime, but they don't want to mention the race of the person. Versus a black guy walking down the street, but that made him suspicious. Those people are so happy to say it. But like
somebody posted one was like suspicious black person coming down the street, and the person wrote, "It's me, Patrick. I live 2 doors down from you." Oh Lord.
Do you guys ever just get on there and like stir the pot a little bit? Like, whose Wi-Fi signal is like Pearl Harbor was an issue, wasn't that big a deal, or like you could just have a little fun.
I went on claiming that leaf blowers were essential, and that they blow the coronavirus away.
Right.
And so that and the fact that I get to hear them, I praise that. Like I feel safer every time I hear one. And I just had some woman named Jeannie's like, sarcasm's not appreciated here. We need real information about these leaf blowers. I was like, oh God.
Like, I'd appreciate if my ex-girlfriends could not chime in. We have a personal connection. Please stop.
Shane, you got an ooh girl moment this week? Did you get new shoes?
I do have an ooh girl. I get new shoes.
Non-corona shoes.
I got so Charlene and I got very into solving murder mysteries.
Nice.
So we order them in the mail. We got a new case.
Okay,
it's been a cold case for about 20 years.
Okay.
It's been about 20 years, but we're gonna solve Harmony Ashcroft's murder this time. Like, we're gonna get the right man.
Nice.
And then the other thing we've been doing that's like my favorite is you guys know Riley Newton, right?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so we just call her every night and give her a riddle to solve, and then just listen to her go mad for about an hour and a half. And we're thinking of making it a podcast. It's pretty good.
That's off.
Yeah. So that's my ooh girls, and my bitch please was leaf blowers this morning outside the apartment all day.
Yeah, they're motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Bro, you have an ooh girl? What's your ooh girl or your bitch please?
Okay.
Think about it.
Fuck. Okay. My ooh girl has got to be restaurants that you can get to-go food and a cocktail. because like
Oh,
my wife is on the wagon right now, just trying to be healthy, and I'm not. And so we went to pick up our food from this place, which I was already getting a cocktail, and they're like, "Give me another 25 minutes." And I, got angry. I was hungry, and she's like, "Let's just order you a beer from one of these fucking restaurants around here." And I'm like, "Okay." And we picked a random place called Crab and Brew, where they have crabs and beer in Pasadena. And the lady,
Crab and Brew sounds like Kinane's garage band.
am I right? She put in a beer, and I went, and the lady was like, "I can't just give you a beer, so we made you some chicharrones." So I got four cracklins for free. And I get in our car, we're riding home, and she's like, "You better finish that beer before we get home. I don't want it. You don't want to drink a fucking warm beer." My wife's a pirate. And I was like, it's an open container. She's like, "You think it matters right now?" And I'm like, "You're right." And I just sipped a roadie, and she drove me home.
New World ain't so bad. New World ain't so bad.
That's my Ooga girl. My bitch please isn't even bitch please. I was startled when I was outside reading a book because someone went, yeah. Well, fuck you, Ron. But it's also kind of a new girl because I was startled, but I was like, holy shit. I didn't hear the lead up or the after. It was like just a ghost yelled it. It was fantastic.
Have you ever known somebody named Ron that you wouldn't want to say that to, though?
Just because it's Ron.
The short list of Rons in my head have always been like, man, fuck you, Ron.
Fuck you, Ron.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ron's
I got an announcement.
An assistant manager.
Okay, we got a donation from Be More. That's one person. $50. Obcore for $40. Shane has the record.
All right. Shaney X came through.
You know what? I want to give credit to Brandon for showing up. Brandon, I think you pulled us through.
Honestly, having a handsome young man with a lustrous head of hair.
I want to take this opportunity to squash Shane's accomplishment.
However you can.
Brandon, you got the record.
Good job, Brandon.
Whatever, you Long John Silver's faithful loyal member club. Fuck. Start with me. Hank Hill.
You're gonna get credit for sitting here and doing nothing.
Attaboy. Oh, bitch.
Well, I think we gotta wrap it up in a second, so we'll say goodbye to Brandon. Thanks so much for coming on, dude.
Hey, man. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for having me, y'all.
Girl.
Thank you, brother.
Take care of yourself.
Be
Stay
well.
safe.
You too.
Some guitar. Don't underestimate your ability.
What did he say? He had a Stingray bass? Those are good, right, Kyle?
He's got good instruments.
Yeah. It's so anybody that has instruments, they're like, "I'm not good at them." I'm like, I don't care. Is it a good guitar?
I'm not good at one guitar, and I have several.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as they can, like, when I reach a point of drinking, they can play one song I know.
Yes.
Like, I'm fine. Yeah, like, that's really what I want, And I know that's an annoying thing, but I just want it. Just give me country roads.
You lived in New York, otherwise you would have come. But we were talking about my birthday earlier because it's kind of like a national holiday. But
you, Dr. King, and you and Dr. King.
All the greats. Well, we were at a winery, and
Summertime Jesus.
bribed a dude. Actually, no, excuse me. It was my bachelor party. We bribed a folk singing man into learning heavy metal songs and like Bob Seger tunes. Like, we made him learn Night Moves. We gave him so much money.
Listen, you can make me learn Night Moves. It's not a difficult song.
No. Yeah.
That's pretty great. I want to look up.
I mean, he pulled his guitar out and looked at the tablature. He's like, I don't think I know that. But like Dave Lyons and like Brian Cook, they just kept throwing 20s at him. Learn it. Stop fucking around.
Where were y'all at?
We were in Sonoma.
You were in wine country?
Wine country. No. Wait, we were in Temecula. We were in mom wine country. It was
yeah, Florida wine country, Temecula. Oh man, that's great.
I wasn't able to make it to the bachelor party, but that was the one where Dave Holmes was just like, none of you people know how to drink wine.
No,
I mean,
that was when because the
But
night
that everybody was vomit drunk by 2 p.m.
dude, it like mostly like Dave Lyons, like because Dave didn't go to sleep the night before, which none of us realized, and the next day we all went to wineries and we're like, "Hey man, how fucked up are you?" And that was Dave Holmes at our second of 3 wineries was like, "Yeah, your straight friends can't hold their wine." That was his line. Straight friends can't hold their wine. But we also had my wife's picture on all our T-shirts, and this bachelor
Damn it.
came up to us and went, "Oh my God, did she die?" Like, no, what?
I want to go.
Well, I mean, did you guys all look like you were from the same Latino neighborhood? Because that's the only time I see people wear.
I mean, that's the thing. We had 2 Latinos. The rest of us were white. So like,
Could have had 3. Could have had 3.
could have had. I know. I'm sorry, Shane. You lived it. You couldn't make it.
I want to give
Órale, cabrón.
a very special shout out to whichever winery / whatever hosts the last tasting on a wine tour.
Oh
Because
yeah.
Rachel and I for Christmas we just did like wine country and kind of messed around, but we did one of those. And by the 5th tasting room we were in, we were just like palming soft cheeses into our mouth and missing half the time. And this will pair with a couple of these. How about this pair, buddy? Look at her pair. Anyway, suck our dicks. Give us a kick of shit. Let's get out of here. And just whoever had to be in charge of that, the last one, knowing full well, like, these assholes do not care about a single word out of my mouth right now.
They're
Goblin.
begging God to make one of you vomit so they can kick you out.
It's I thought wine country was going to be secretly like it was going to be like the pretentious thing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it's wine country's fun. Willamette Valley in Oregon is fantastic. It's a blast. Yeah. Shout out to Willamette Valley.
Give me a passport to wine.
Good girl.
Hey girl. Okay, well, I think that's this week. We did it. We shattered the record for Nurse's House.
Yay.
Hey.
This is fun.
We shattered the record. We lost more viewers than we did last week.
So, Kyle, you don't want to do the coffee model. You want to get the big fish at top. You know, you want money investors with big money, not 1,000 little ones. I'm sorry, I'm running in a class you guys aren't used to. I'm a marlin, and you can have your little minnows.
Jake will tell us.
Sorry, I am drunk. I am drunk.
Why do you look like a navigator on a hippie B-17? You look like you're phoning
Have fun out on
the drop zone.
Have fun hanging out on Doug Stanhope's compound wherever you are, you fucking dickhead.
You're the navigator that crashed Ken Kesey's bus.
It was Alien Ant Farm's bus. Oh my God, this was too much fun.
Thanks for coming on, man.
I love you guys. Thank you for having me. I miss you, boys.
You too, buddy.
Man. Thanks everybody for watching. Support the Patreon if you can. And